In this video, we are going to share with you on how to use the spectrophotometer. Firstly, after switching on the computer, you will come across this icon called UV Probe 2.42. Double click on it and this is what you will see. Near the bottom part of the page, you will see the connect button. Click on the button and after connecting, the rest of the buttons will light up and this is what you will see. Go to the top left-hand corner of the page, hover your mouse over to the icon, and you should see the word spectrum appearing. Click on the icon and you will see the page. Go to the bottom left of the page and you will see the Auto Zero button. Auto Zero button was pressed to set the absorbance to 0. After letting it load, click on the baseline button. It is pressed to remove any background noise, also known as unnecessary peaks. After clicking the baseline button, there will be a pop-up window prompting for wavelength selection. Select the range of wavelength that you want to analyze and click OK. In this experiment, we will be using the UV-Vis wavelength from 780 to 300 nanometer. After clicking OK, the machine will start its baseline correction. The machine will start analyzing from 780 nanometer all the way to 300 nanometer. Once it is done, this will be shown. Now you are done configuring your computer. Fill 2 cuvette cells, one with the blank solution and one with the colored complex. We chose the most concentrated one as our colored complex. Open the lid of the spectrophotometer and this is what you will see. One separate slot, which is the reference slot, with 6 continuous slots for the samples to be analyzed. Now take the blank solution and put it in the reference slot. Take the color complex and put it in the last slot. Solution should be placed only at the last slot. Because for wavelength analysis, the beam only shines through the last cell slot. Close the lid. And go back to the computer screen. Press the Start button located at the bottom of the screen. After pressing Start, a curve will be created. And the Start button will be blacked out once the analysis has begun. A pop-up window will be shown once the analysis is completed and you shall click on OK. This table will show you the measurement properties or the parameters that you have set for the analysis. Now go to the set of icons located at the top of the page. Hover your mouse to the peak icon and this table of the maximum peak will be shown. Choose the peak that corresponds to the green button going up. And right now you are done obtaining the wavelength that your colored complex is the most sensitive to. Hover your mouse to the photometric icon and press on it.
You will be presented with this page. Now, you have changed the analysis from wavelength analysis to photometric analysis, so you should reconfigure the instrument for the new analysis. Auto Zero first. The mouse will show that it's loading to indicate that the machine is carrying out the process, and go on to click the baseline button for baseline correction. Set to the UV visible wavelength range. After the baseline correction has been done, click on the Initialize Multi-Cell button. This is to tell the machine that you are doing multiple cell analysis. Click OK once you see this pop up. Go to the Method icon located at the top of the screen, and you will see this pop up. Highlight the default wavelength and delete it. Replace it with the wavelength that you obtained just now. Hover your mouse to the Add button and press it. You will see that you have keyed in the entry wavelength 456. Click on the entry wavelength 456 and press Next. Under Type, it should show multi-point. If not, you can click the box and select from the list. Under wavelength 1, select the wavelength entry wavelength 456. Under Parameters, make sure that you choose the absorbance equals to the function of concentration option, where the concentration is your x-axis and the absorbance is your y-axis. Do not click on the zero intersection as it will disrupt the accuracy of your curve. It should be a first-order curve. Click Next and you will come to this page. The settings should be configured ready. Double check if it's instrument. Sample repetition equals to 1 and click None. After that, click Next. Click Finish. Upon clicking Finish, the setting that you have set will be presented to you. Press Close to proceed. Check the wavelength of analysis have been changed to 456 nanometer. Right now, we are going to prepare for cell blank. But before you press it, Fill in the sample ID and its concentration. Go to the spectrophotometer and the 5 sample slots that you are going to use should start from the last one, together with the reference slot. Prepare 6 blank solutions for the reference and sample slots that you are going to use. Now, place the blank solutions in the slot.
Note that they are all blank solutions. Close the lid of the spectrophotometer. Go back to the computer screen and press Cell Blank. After analysis, the table will show you the adsorbents that the blank solution has adsorbed. And these are interferences that the instrument will cancel out later. This will be shown as the adsorbance interferences. Take out all the blank solution from the sample slots. Do not remove the blank solution for the reference slot. Replace it with your calibration solution with the least concentrated at the first slot, furthest away from the reference solution. Press Read Standard to start the analysis for your standard solution. Once the analysis is completed, this is what you will see. The adsorbance of the solution is recorded under the wavelength 456 column. Right beside the table of values is the calibration graph or Beer's law plot with adsorbance in the y-axis and concentration in the x-axis. Hover your mouse to the graph and right-click on it. Go to Properties and click it. Hover your mouse to the correlation coefficient R². Take it to obtain your R² value for your graph. Proceed to close the pop-up. The R² value should be displayed at the bottom left-hand corner of the graph. You are done with obtaining the Beer's law plot. Now proceed to analyze your samples. Key in all your sample names, and once you are done with keying A5, press enter or else the machine will not read the A5 sample. Your samples should be ready, and you may use a cuvette holder to hold your calibration solutions once you have removed them from the spectrophotometer. Open the lid of the spectrophotometer, take your reference solution, put it in the reference slot, take the least concentrated sample, put it in the first slot. This is how it should look like after all the samples have been placed. Close the lid of the spectrophotometer, go back to the computer screen and press Read Unknown to read your unknown samples. Once the analysis is completed, you should see the concentration and adsorbance column wavelength 456 field. This is what you will see on the graph once the sample analysis has been completed. You can just use the concentration and adsorbance column to calculate the Kc value. And with that, you are done with the analysis. Good luck!